Okay, welcome. In this video, we're going to go over adding a hyperlink to a document you already created as part of your ePortfolio. So, in our example, we already have an ePortfolio going. Mind you, I only have 3. You should have more slides here. I just didn't want to confuse you. You will be creating a link to your first major project, which was the computer purchase, the Dell versus Apple project, and in this case you are going to be adding that to this ePortfolio because you want to make sure you're keeping track of all of your accomplishments. Therefore, make sure you have your ePortfolio open. First thing we want to be clear on is that we're still on Unit 1, so we're looking at HCI, Human-Computer Interaction. The slide that you want to go to is this one, the one that's Unit 1, Human-Computer Interaction. At this point you probably have this part, but you don't have the right hand side because you're still uncovering projects as we move along. So for right now, let's focus on this entry here. How do I pick a computer? That was the major project and the question we were answering, and the project that helped you kind of discover that was the Dell versus Mac. And then you also did a reflection, or you need to do a reflection on that project, which will be your journal entry. So with this ePortfolio open, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the Home tab, add a new slide, and let's choose in this case Title and Content. This slide will be for the actual project on Dell versus Mac. So right here, how do I pick a computer is the name of it. Let's go over here. How do I pick a computer? And this is Dell versus Mac. Now, the next step is we want to place the other PowerPoint you created for your Dell versus Mac presentation right in this spot here. In order to accomplish that, we're going to get rid of this box here. So make sure if you click on it once, you might get the cursor. That's not what you want. You want this 4-arrowed cross to appear. Click on the border. When you see the little dots and squares on the corners, press delete, not backspace, delete on your keyboard. That should get rid of that. Next, go to the Insert tab, and what you're going to look for is Object. Okay, we want to embed an object. Embed means to place it into the original part. So we want to place it in here. We want to drop it in there. So go ahead and choose Embed Object. The next thing is we want to insert an object we already created. So it's Create from File. And now we will browse, and you need to browse for your Mac, or for your Mac versus Dell versus Mac presentation. So go ahead and press Browse. In this case, I'm going to go to Dell versus Mac and choose that. Press OK. So here, Dell versus Mac is the choice I'm going to make. I'm going to press OK and press OK again. The moment I do that, I should be able to see my Dell versus Mac presentation placed inside of this slide. So we have an entire PowerPoint inside of a PowerPoint slide. Make sure you're clear that that is what just happened. Okay, let's position this, make it a little bigger just so that it's nice and clear. Alright, next step, we're going to go ahead and link this slide to the actual presentation. So we're going to highlight Dell versus Mac, add a hyperlink. We want to go to place in this document, so make sure you choose this. And we want to jump to how do I pick a computer, Dell versus Mac. Press OK, and now we should have that link. Let's test that out. I'm going to press F5. I'm going to go to Unit 1, Human-Computer Interaction. Notice there's a link here. Make sure that works. Now there's a little link. A little hand appears. I could click on that, and now I'm on this slide. One problem though is we need a link to go back to that unit slide. So I'm going to press Escape to stop this. I'm going to go. Actually, I will copy these. So I'm selecting these, copying them, right click, paste, and let me position this somewhere where it makes sense. I'll change this to white. I need to make sure this hyperlink is correct. So insert hyperlink, and we actually, for this one, we want to go back to human-computer interaction. Same thing for the trophy, human-computer interaction. Okay, and now let's test this. F5, human-computer interaction. They want to see Dell versus Mac. They click on that. They're able to click on this, watch the presentation, and click on that. And we go back and send this back here. And that's how you make use of embed or inserting an object so that you can insert multiple items in here. Make sure you're clear on how to do that for your Dell versus Mac presentation. You will also, in some cases, submit your journal entries that way, so you will need to have your Word journal entry typed up so you could put it in. Or in some cases, we might ask you to add a journal entry in a regular slide. Make sure you're clear as to what your teacher requires for that part so that you can do it correctly. But definitely what we just went over, inserting a slide by using the insert and then object, make sure you're clear on how to do that, which was this command right here.